Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode of MBHL On The Ball for the fall 2014 season. I'm Matthew Lafleur-Harewood. We have a mix of different levels of hockey to get to this episode. We start off with the Youth League, followed by 3 Men's League games, and finishing it all off with some mixed league action. Let's get the ball rolling. Our first game features some up-and-coming young stars in the MBHL. We find the Giants going head-to-head with the Warriors. The Giants are in second place, 1 point behind first place Storm. Warriors are last in the 3-team league, but have shown flashes of brilliance throughout the season. They're hoping to have another strong showing here today. This game starts with the young Felix Noel breaking into the zone, leading a 3-on-1 attack. He opts to shoot, beating the Warriors netminder Noah glove side to give the Giants the 1-0 lead. Later in the first period, Max Racine forces the turnover along the boards. He weaves his way into the slot, but sees the shot get blocked. Moments later, Noah Shelwood breaks in alone against Elijah Eng. He tries to beat him on the backhand, but his shot misses left. Racine follows up that chance with a great individual play of his own. He breaks in against 3 Giants defenders, cuts not once, but twice, before beating Eng high glove side. A beauty for the Warriors forward. This game is tied. The Giants would take the lead before the end of the first. Guillaume Loisel gets the ball deep in the corner and his shot ends up squeezing behind Noah to make it a 2-1 game. Now 1 minute into the second period, Noel finds himself on a breakaway. He opts to shoot again glove side, and again he chooses correctly as he scores his second goal of the night. Moments later, Giants attack again on the odd-man rush. Loisel's first shot sails wide. The hungry forward battles for possession behind the net. He passes the ball into the crease where none other than Noel is there to bury his third goal of the game, completing the hat-trick. It's now 4-1. With the score now 5-1, Alexandre Rousseau leads another 3-on-2 rush into the Warriors zone. He takes a shot from the face-off circle, beating Noah low glove side to increase the Giants' lead to 5 goals. After a face-off win in the Warriors zone, Noah makes a great save off of Loisel's shot. Late in the second, the Warriors are awarded a penalty shot. Mark Mancini is the shooter. He approaches gingerly down the middle, digs to his backhand, beating Eng, but hitting the post behind him. The Warriors couldn't catch a break all game and lose this one 7-1. Felix Noel had a monster game with 5 goals and 1 assist. His line with Alexandre Rousseau and Guillaume Loisel combined for 7 goals and 13 points. With the win, the Giants take over first place in the standings. Noah faced 24 shots, while Eng faced 14. For our second game, we turn our attention to the J-League where Hanificks faces off with the Vipers. This game has huge playoff implications. While Hanificks have clinched their playoff spot, Vipers need to win this game to jump from 9th place and out of the playoffs to 7th place and a berth into some postseason action. Hanificks won the only meeting between these two teams this season. We start this game with Hanificks on the attack. A beautiful passing play leads to a great chance for Hani Abdel at the faceoff circle, but he's robbed by Oliver Fernandez. Vipers open the scoring midway through the first. Luke McDonald wins his battle along the boards. He cuts between the 2 defenders and beats Martin Sasseville with a beautiful wrister high blocker. It's 1-0 Vipers. 3 minutes later, Laurier Champagne is allowed to walk in alone into the Vipers zone virtually untouched and takes full advantage of it, finishing off the individual effort with a beautiful goal to tie it up at 1. The tie would last 1 minute. Stefano Spinelli finds McDonald behind the net. The ball pops up in the slot, and Sasseville can't cover it, and McDonald buries his second of the game to give the Vipers back the lead. Fast forward 3 minutes, Hanificks playing on the power play. Julien Belzile gets the ball at the faceoff dot. He waits for Fernandez to drop his shoulder and beats him with a great shot up high. The game is tied back at 2. With 3 minutes remaining in the opening period, Spinelli takes advantage of a bad pass and breaks in alone on a breakaway. Sasseville goes for the swipe, but Spinelli steps around it and scores. 5 goals in 10 minutes of play. Now in the second period, Marouane Baya grabs the ball behind the net. He fights off his defender, cuts to the front, and beats Fernandez with a wicked wrist shot. The game is tied at 3. Vipers look to regain the lead moments later. Chris Clement leads a 2-on-1 with McDonald, but Sasseville shuts the door on the one-timer. Back at the other end, Hanificks putting on the pressure. Baya finds Champagne sneaking in, but he brings his shot off the crossbar. With just under 4 minutes remaining, Clement intercepts the ball on the boards and finds Wade Taylor at the blue line. He tees up a howitzer that gets by Sasseville to give the Vipers the 4-3 lead. A minute 30 later, Clement leads a partial 2-on-1 with McDonald, and this time, McDonald's one-timer beats the Hanificks netminder for the hat-trick and the insurance goal. McDonald would add another empty net goal, and the Vipers take it by a final score of 6-3. McDonald finished with 4 goals to his record, while Clement had 3 assists. The win gets the Vipers into the playoffs, bumping out the Smash Bros in the process. Our third game comes from the I-League and pits Jagerbombs versus The Squads. This game will be used for both teams as a tune-up for the playoffs. Jagerbombs are assured to finish second, while the Squads are locked in 5th and can't finish worse than 6th. Jagerbombs have won both previous meetings this season, 5-1 in the season opener, and then 3-2. This game starts deep in Jagerbombs' zone, but not for long. Alex Gray finds Connor Mora and he's off to the races. He steps around one defender and goalie Joel Tremblay tries to swipe the ball but misses, leaving Mora with an empty net and the 1-goal lead. The Jagerbombs are now in the power play. Benny Habib holds the ball at the blue, takes a shot towards the screen Tremblay, who makes a save despite all the traffic in front. Back at the other end, Mark Kokosopoulos breaks in along the boards. He waits for some reinforcements and finds Regis Gaillan, who can't tip the ball in front. De Gaillan gets another chance moments later on a partial break, but this time his shot is stopped and covered by Salim Shaikh. With 6 minutes remaining in the first, a broken play gives Moore the ball along the boards. He takes a low wrister blocker side that beats Tremblay to give the Jagerbombs a 2-0 lead. Now back in Jagerbombs' zone, Kokosopoulos wins the battle behind the net and finds De Gaillan in the slot, but Shaikh turns away both his chances. Before the end of the first, with the Jagerbombs back on the power play, Jamal Burgin finds Moore at the faceoff circle and he tees up a blast, beating the netminder down low for the natural hat-trick. Now in the second, clearly the most dangerous player for the Squads, De Gaillan gets the first good chance for his team, but Shaikh makes a great stick save. Moments later, Jonathan Corriveau's point shot goes high over the net, but comes right back in front to hit the Jagerbombs goalie and almost trickles in. Later on in the period, Habib is sent in on a breakaway. He goes backhand to the forehand to get around Tremblay, but he shoots the ball across the crease. Moore then comes in down the right side and hopes to beat Tremblay on the backhand, but the goalie stands tall and makes the save. Jagerbombs are then awarded a penalty shot after Philip Brigman was hauled down on a breakaway. He goes to the backhand but loses handle of the ball. The Squads look to break the goose egg late in the game, but Shaikh turns away both Corriveau and De Gaillan to preserve the shutout as Jagerbombs take it 3-0. Shaikh made 13 saves for his 3rd shutout of the season, while Tremblay faced 22 shots. The Squads finished the season with 6 wins and 7 losses and face Asbar Plus in the opening round of the playoffs. Finishing second, Jagerbombs get a bye into the semifinals. Game 4 hails from the highly competitive D-League where the Montreal Rebels face off with UHC. Montreal Rebels and UHC hold the last 2 playoff spots in the D-League. With a UHC win, the Montreal Rebels would fall into 8th and would go on to face the first place lads. UHC won the only previous meeting this season, dominating the Montreal Rebels 4-1. This game starts with Montreal Rebels on the power play. Tala Awan holds the ball on the boards. He finds Sheriff Youssef in the slot, but he whiffs the one-timer and David DeMello makes the easy save. UHC then work on a 5-on-3 power play of their own. Tim Beck takes a wrist shot from the point that Shiraz Younes snags in the air. Moments later, Marco Delgadio is sent in breaking through the Ds, but Younes stands tall. Montreal Rebels look to clear their zone, but a bad pass gives UHC a great chance, but Gordy Hildebrand's shot hits the crossbar and stays out. UHC keeps the pressure in the offensive zone. Azum Chowdhury gets the ball at the top of the faceoff circle and tees up a slapper, but Younes turns that one aside too. Now in the second period, Youssef gets behind the Ds but can't redirect the Anas Udin pass. Back to the other end, Chowdhury gets through Awan the first time, but the defender doesn't give up and ties up Chowdhury, eliminating a good scoring chance. Now deep in UHC's zone, Montreal Rebels come close to scoring off a broken play. The pass to the front of the net hits off Jayupal's stick and almost trickles by Mello. The 0-0 score finally changes with 14:30 left in the game. Ryan Dussault drops the ball back to Delgadio, who sees his snapshot beat Younes blocker side as Dussault passes in front. Montreal Rebels look to respond on the very next shift. First, Sofiane Mien gets a great chance up close, but Mello makes a pad save. Mien fights to get the ball back and breaks out of the corner. He finds Upal in the middle, and then number 15 breaks in along the sideboards. He steps into the faceoff circle, but his shot goes right off of Mello's chest. Now on the power play, Mien finds Youssef at the side of the net. He sends it in the front and a mad scramble ensues, but Melo stops every attempt as the whistle gets blown. Rebels finally score off a face-off win that was unfortunately not fully caught on camera. Udin's blast would prove to be the last goal scored, as this one finishes in a 1-1 tie. Eunice was the busier of the two goalies, having faced 15 shots, while Melo faced only 7. This was the Montreal Rebels' 6th tie of the season, the most in the league. They, along with UHC, hold the last 2 playoff spots for the D-League. Our last game to cover offers some mixed league action where Sunday Funday take on the Underdogs. Both teams sit 4th and 3rd respectively in the overall standings. They're both locked into those positions, so this game will have no bearing over the playoff picture for these teams. The last time they met, they played to a 2-2 tie. The game starts in Sunday Funday's zone. John Wong finds Andrew Jackson at the faceoff circle. Jackson then turns and finds Camille Rose in the slot, who beats Louis Papineau low glove side. It's 1-0 Underdogs. The Underdogs look to add to their lead moments later. Rose finds Allison Couto alone in the slot. She has a wide open net to shoot at, but hits the post, and then Papineau makes a save on the rebound. Moments later, Riaz Turner walks the blue line and finds Matt Patulli untouched between the faceoff circles, and he won't miss from there, going high blocker on Primet Patel. The game is tied at 1. Back the other way now, Wong breaks in along the boards and finds Stephanie Legault in the slot. Her shot is stopped, but Wong buries the rebound to make it 2-1 Underdogs. Patulli would score his second of the game to tie it back at 2. Jackson feeds Courtney Legault in front, but Papineau makes the save. The play continues with Jackson finding Wong in the high slot, and he beats the Sunday Funday netminder to regain the 3-2 lead. Now in the second period and on the power play, Jackson's shot is stopped, and Turner finds Ryan Rourke, who is stepping out of the penalty box. Rourke breaks in alone and dekes out Patel for Sunday Funday's 3rd goal, tying this game back at 3. Sunday Funday looked to grab their first lead of the game with just under 2 minutes remaining. Rourke feeds Jay Vardy, who sees a shot blocked in front. Rourke picks up the rebound in the corner and finds Turner, who doesn't miss, giving his team the late 4-3 lead. Underdogs pull their goalie in hopes of tying the game. The initial shot doesn't make it through, but then a mad scramble ensues in front of the net, and they believe they scored, but Couto ended up kicking the ball into the net, negating the goal. Replay clearly shows the ball being kicked. Sunday Funday would end up winning the game 4-3. Wong and Jackson combined for 2 goals and 3 assists for Underdogs, while Turner and Patulli combined for 3 goals and 2 assists for Sunday Funday. Underdogs face Smashing Pumpkins, while Sunday Funday face Romeos in the first round of playoffs. And now for the worst play of the night. For that, we go back to the game between the Squads and Jagerbombs. The Squads goalie Joel Tremblay tries to break up the play by swiping at the ball, but fans on it, leaving Connor Moore with an open net to shoot at. Just the worst. And now for the highlight of the night. For that, we head back to the Youth League. Max Racine breaks in against 3 Giants defenders, cuts not once, but twice before beating the goalie high glove side. A beauty for the Warriors forward, and that's why it deserves the highlight of the night. That's it for another episode of MBHL on the Ball. I hope you enjoyed the show. Next time, we cover the MBHL playoffs, the most exciting ball hockey we have to offer. Until then, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.